What's good, y'all? Gang, gang. Welcome back to Energy. We are back with another banger. And I'm not shooting today. I'm not shooting today. Okay. All right, y'all. So this reading is going to be whatever you need to know. And I feel as if this could be like subconsciously things that you already kind of knew or know, but because of life and whatever the chaos energy or chaos theory, chaos cycle, chaotic people, whatever you just went through may have like clouded your judgment about or just distracted you. So kind of just coming back to the clarity, the light, the truth. Okay. All right. Work those long nights to get a payday. Alrighty. Who been working the graveyard shift? Who been working the graveyard shift? Y'all the real MVPs. Somebody got to do it. Everybody can't go to sleep. Not at the same time. These entities be wilding out. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Where do I want to put my lollipop? My son gave me this one. He put it on my table because it's pink and blue. Ain't that cute? Oh, this must be a new flavor, too. They didn't have this one growing up. Birthday cake. Oh, it's birthday. Happy birthday. Somebody. Birthday cake. All right. Let's go. All praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over mine. Dang, can't do it with this deck. Practicing my, I think it's called the bridge shuffle or something, but can't do it well yet, and it's even harder to do if the cards are already bent. But anyway, it doesn't hurt to do the shuffle every time. Oh, yay! Every time I shuffle. Alright, let's get into these messages. General and timeless. We're done. Let's see here. We're done. Okay, the sun. I was saying that someone's work, okay? Someone's work is done here. And it's specifically in relation to something that you were committed to, something you may have had a contract with or set up a contract with. You're already loyal to it. You're already invested. You already see it. You already have received it into your life. You feel good about it. There is love here. There is happiness here. There is happiness on the horizon. Almost as if you can't see how it could really be any worse. And it may not be the worst case scenario currently. So it can only get better from here. There is a lot of warmth, a lot of light, a lot of like childhood healing, or maybe it has to do with children that love you and children that you love. This is connection, this is happiness, this is joy, this is fulfillment, this is family. Has something to do with family. Okay. And a commitment to, I feel like preserving the happiness of a family. maybe even the children specifically, or at least the love. You've been protecting the love that the children are feeding off of and will grow up to value, which means they're also going to shed that light. This is a father figure here, the Emperor. There was something that was trying to threaten to destabilize this Emperor. 444 could be a number that you've been seeing recently. This is the end of a cycle here. So if it was like a dark night of the soul, that dark night of the soul is over. And I feel like this person is seated on a new throne. And whatever is happening right now, whatever is in their hand, because this person is prioritizing balance, but they also have the world in their hand, like in the palm of their hand. So there is something that they're very determined to accomplish, something they're determined to create. This Emperor could be business minded, but they could just be very family oriented, like their family is their top priority, and they are building a family that cannot be shaken or broken by outside influence. And I mean that on a physical level and a spiritual level. Like, it's solid as fuck. This could be not just this one person, like this masculine energy with just their children and their family, but it feels as if whoever it is, and it doesn't have to be a male or a female, but you're in control. You're in control. Something that you have said is solid. Like, there's no other way to see it. There's no other way that it's going to be. Okay. You may also have someone like this that is coming into your life. So for some of you, I was saying you work the graveyard shift. Okay, you work those long nights to get a payday. This person, this energy, this light, this warmth, this love, this is your payday. It says it's either stability, so you likely may have money that is coming from this. For some of you, the investment was to solidify your family, and your family is content and happy, which is pushing you forward or giving you the freedom to pursue your financial goals or to build your business up. Or that's the harvest that you're reaping. You could be getting both at the same damn time. You have 2 4s here on the Emperor. So that stability, that stabilizing influence could be affecting not just your family, but also your financial priorities, your material assets, in a positive light, in a positive way. Yes, solid. Cemented. 6 of Cups energy is in reverse. Someone is not happy about this. Someone could feel like this is the disruption of their happy home or the disruption of the environment that they were trying to perpetuate. But what are they trying to perpetuate exactly? Who is this person? It's the King of Cups in reverse. What exactly were you trying to perpetuate? Hatred? Lack of empathy? Coldness? Detachment? Narcissism? Emotional manipulation? Emotional turbulence? What the fuck were you trying to perpetuate? This Emperor has no respect for this King of Cups in reverse. They see this person as distorted. Like, their mind is distorted, their intentions are distorted, which is why likely anything that they would try to create is distorted, especially if they were trying to create with their emotions involved. This is likely someone you would definitely want to detach from their emotions. You would rather deal with this person when they are not in their emotions at all, because they have literally no control over those emotions. Somebody could become completely delusional. They're like lashing out and attacking, or this could even just be hateful speech. What's the King of Cups? I mean, out of your heart, your mouth, out of your heart, your mouth speaks. But you're supposed to guard your heart, because out of it, all things are created. That's what I was saying. This Emperor is creating something. And this stability, this 6 of Cups in reverse could mean that there is someone in particular who can't be a part of it. At least they cannot be emotionally allowed into it. They cannot connect with them emotionally, because they tear down the very peace, the very stability, the very optimism, happiness, joy, love, light, freedom, Okay, the vibes that this person has worked so hard to build up, this person would just tear it down. They tear it down within themselves, and they could be isolated or separated, and they're already like they're doing that to themselves. So no, they can't come in and tear down what you've built up. Especially with the Emperor, that's divine energy, what God has helped you to build up. The backing is bigger than that. You're a force on your own. Yeah, you're good all by yourself, but you're a force when you're together. This person is tuned in, tapped in, connected. King of Cups in reverse, deceptive, dishonest, and a threat. Hello? Nobody cares what you've done in the past. It's a King of Cups. You know, I hate to see the court cards come out in reverse because they're worse than, like, well, I hate to see the major court cards in reverse because it's worse than like a knight in reverse or a page in reverse. A page in reverse, they're just a messenger. They're just childish. They're just playful. They're just having fun. They're just being rebellious. Not a big deal. Not a huge threat or anything. Just kind of awakening you or giving you clarity through their bad behavior, possibly. Even a knight, they're rebellious, you know, they could be operating under some kind of misguided assumption of something. But again, they can't really affect what it is that you have created. They may not even gain entrance to you. You know, it's kind of like they're just out there, wild and free, doing their own thing. But when it comes to the king and the queen, people expect more of you because of what you were able to accomplish. So people know what you could do, but they're expecting you to do that or better, not worse, not worse. So it's kind of, it's like a big slap in the face when somebody who you do really expect rightfully something better from, and they just continuously disappoint you. And this person, it feels like they're doing it on purpose. It says, deceptive and underhanded behavior are signified by this card in reverse. This character combines intelligence and authority with dishonesty and unscrupulousness. So, yeah, they're very intelligent, they're very capable, and they know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it on purpose. They are choosing to be this dishonest, unscrupulous, and I have to look that word up after I finish, unscrupulous, deceptive, dishonest, threatening character. This is who they want to play. This is who they want to be. So they do represent someone that could be a major threat to you. And it says the surrounding cards may indicate a particular area for you to watch in this respect. So we're going to see what that is. But in general, this is a person to be avoided. That's literally what the last sentence says. In general, comma, this is a person to be avoided, period. All right, let's get some surrounding. Now, we do have the Six of Cups in reverse. So if this has to do with their intellect and intentions, they were using their a mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's a terrible thing to waste. And this person, I don't see a beautiful mind, but I do see an intelligent mind, a capable mind. And what they're using it is, they're using it to be destructive. They're trying to tear down something that could be built up, something that could be very warm. You know what I'm saying? This could even be another masculine who should be learning from you how to create a happy family, how to mend old fences, how to bring the light, the joy, the excitement, how to get people to trust you again, how to bring the love back in, to heal your family, to heal your situations. This person ain't learned shit. This person ain't learned shit. A whole lot of talking, a whole lot of rebelling, a whole lot of self-sabotaging, and a whole lot of trying to sabotage someone else. They have not learned anything. Even the sun is reminiscent of the energy of the Six of Cups. This would be someone who is literally in their face or in their life who has successfully accomplished the cycle and came out on top. It's like, what is your excuse? We have the Magician and we have the Ten of Swords. So maybe they couldn't do it. But maybe this, someone who can will. Someone who can will. That's all I have to say. The Magician and the Ten of Swords. This is the death or the ending of a situation. Maybe that's exactly what it needed to be. If someone knows, the king knows who they want to be. The queen knows who they want to be. If it was a page or a knight, I would say the page, let them mature. Give them some time. Okay, let them level up. If it was a knight, let them get freedom from whatever it is that they're already attached to. Let's see what they want to do first. Okay, like what is the saying? Let something go, and if it comes back, you know for sure. Allow someone to show you who they want to be, before you try to see what you want to see. Let them show you who they want to be. Trust what they're showing you, okay? But it could fluctuate. Nights fluctuate. Sometimes they move too quickly. Sometimes they are slow and they procrastinate. But when they wake up, they get going. They take action. And you just never know. It's not finished yet. When a person sits on their throne, whether they created an inverted throne or like the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, they have decided who they want to be. This person has a throne too. It's just in reverse. It's the opposite of whatever they're ruling or whatever they've created. It's the exact opposite of what they wanted to. And they haven't learned a fucking thing. So this is magically creating like the death of their honor, pretty much. This is someone whose ego is falling to the floor. Their empire is burning or crashing down. What they have built up, it was built on a rocky foundation. It was built on a bed of lies. It was built on the skulls and skeletons of their victims. It cannot survive. But the surprise element with the Magician is that this will manifest something better. And I feel like it has to do with the people involved, because with the Six of Cups, this may have to do with children. This could have to do with other family members. So there is a gift. There is always a gift in someone's downfall, because it can teach you what not to do. And you may see it with such clear evidence that you will likely never, ever make that mistake. So, even for this person, they made it to the king. Even, judging it as we are, because I feel like you already have. You've seen the downfall of this person. Maybe you've seen it multiple times. This could be coming up again, so that you are really aware of it and that it is clear to you that this is a kingdom that cannot live. It has already fallen. Even if you thought that this was a threat to you, it cannot be. It has already fallen. So anytime you would think that this person is getting some kind of hold over you, or they're going to have this control over you, that's an illusion. You need to cut the shit. You need to stop the game. You need to back away. You need to detach. You need to retreat. This person has already been defeated. There will be no rise in this energy. This person is going to have to transform. They're going to have to transform. They're going to have to begin again new if they want to try to create something new with you, or pretty much if they want to build up from where they are with anyone. They're going to have to change. The Ten of Swords is a complete death blow to whatever this ego is that created this unwanted environment or connection. They won't even do it again. That's how defeating this energy is, okay? But there is a lesson to be learned. And a lot of times it is these kind of downfalls that you see that you learn from the most. Especially, I'm getting childhood memories, you know what I'm saying? When you see something that just really did not work for somebody. I don't care if they were a king or a queen. People idolize individuals who carry that kind of royalty or that sense of authority or entitlement. They, literally idolize those type of individuals. But when you look at their life and you see especially their children, you're always going to look at how do their children feel about them? What is that connection between them and their child? That says a lot about a man or a woman's success. It says a lot more than what they have physically, because those things come and go. But the connections that you literally came here for, the connections that they didn't ask for you, you asked for them. Those connections really tell the character of a person and their ability to create something meaningful, beautiful, and long lasting. So you learn the most actually from those who fall and don't get up. How to avoid a death in this life, like a final blow, how to like alleviate that, how to be able to create something better and not go through the same mistakes. So someone is going to definitely level up off of this. I feel like it's already happening. Explain the Magician, because there's a surprise here. Maybe this person is going to rise and they're going to do it better, or they already have, or they already are, or it's already happening. Or this is someone else, maybe you or someone else you're connected to. The High Priestess is in reverse, so you don't know yet. Okay, there is going to be a rebirth. You just don't know what that rebirth will be. So what you have seen, that's what it was. That's what it was. But what it is currently is going to be something different. And it says it is a surprise. It could be getting better for this person or worse for this person. How does this affect you? I'm getting you could be over here in this energy where you're stable. It won't really affect you either way. But something about it, the reason it's coming up is because there's something you need to know. King of Wands. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. One more. The Hierophant in reverse. I feel like you've already benefited. You've already benefited. This person has already ignited a desire within you for something that you could have ended up self-sabotaging yourself. So you have already learned a lesson from this person. What they're going to do may be irrelevant to you. How this works out for them may be irrelevant to you. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I don't feel like this person was of much physical value. I also feel as if this is someone that you were like in a relationship with, that relationship is over and it will not come back. The Hierophant in reverse. There is no respect attached to this person in this position or in the position that they used to carry. You do not see them in that position. You don't respect them in that role or position. You don't feel a sense of loyalty or obligation. There is no loyalty. You are assertively moving forward. You could also feel as if this is someone who used to bully you emotionally, mentally, or energetically, and you no longer are susceptible to that. As a matter of fact, you could now be in that seat. With the King of Wands, they definitely could be the bully. But you're in the upright, so you do not use your you don't use your energy for those destructive type of purposes. It would be a waste of energy. You would be wasting it on this individual. You've taken your power back. The King of Wands really has to do with power and control over a situation. And that could be you taking your energy back and regaining control over a situation or dynamic where you this person was trying to get you out of that. They were maybe the Magician. They could have been using manipulation or energetic manipulation. They also could have been trying to block your intuition so that you would not gain this control, so that you would not take this seat of authority. Right? But you've already outwitted it. You've already defeated it. You've already done it. Yeah, this is someone who could have been manipulating communication and trying to attack your confidence or block your confidence in something. As there could have been something here that you were doing, it's risky, or it was risky. It was chance. You really didn't know for sure how this is going to work out for you. The element of surprise, whether good or bad, is present with the Magician. And your intuition was blocked. The High Priestess in reverse. You really did not know for sure how this would work out for you. But you definitely knew that this person does not deserve to have any control over you. And likely anytime they do, it just poses a threat for you. Like, I mean, a serious threat. I'm talking about like things start to happen in your life which do not, like, these type of things do not invade your life. They don't happen to you. But when you are connected to this person, it's almost as if this death blow, this ending that was meant for them, it kind of comes for you. No, not kind of. It comes for you. So you will never be susceptible, not just to this person, but anyone that carries this person's energy. This is bigger. This is bigger than you just detaching and getting out of a connection with someone who's hateful and spiteful, and they sabotage the very connections that they want. It's not just about dealing with a narcissist or someone who is emotionally or mentally abusive. This is about an entity that this person carries, that other people carry and operate under. It can't touch you because you could have grown up with it too. It could have been in your energy too. That's how you connected with this person originally. You uprooted that energy. You defeated that energy. To this person, they may feel like you have defeated them, but it wasn't even about them. You could have cared less about them. Like I said, not much physical value to this person physically. So you couldn't care less about what they're doing, what they're not doing, what they're gonna do, what they might do. That person doesn't scare you. What scares you is the entity that they carry that could be hiding in anybody. But what you needed to uproot is the part of that entity that could have been hiding in you. So you uprooted that. You defeated, you conquered that. With the King of Wands, you ate it. The King of Wands is a warrior. I get like 300. This is Sparta. That type of, and you don't fucking play. You're the most ruthless, the most cutthroat, the most savage when it comes to certain situations. And this may specifically have to do with children. It may specifically have to do with heart, with purity, with light, with integrity, trust. That unscrupulous, dishonest, deceitful, disgusting. Something about the energy is even disgusting, low down and dirty. So yes, it could. Out of all different walks of life, it can attract so many people. It doesn't even mean that these are what they do. What these people do, it may not be what you do or what you're into, but that kind of low down entity can bring people of all different walks of life with all different things to hide, and you don't know what they're hiding. But if it operates and moves like that, you don't want it. So this was war on this entity, and you won that war. You already defeated it, but I feel like this person was specifically trying to block your intuition to the fact that you had defeated it, that you had conquered it. So they wanted you to fall prey to possible like emotional and mental manipulation. They wanted you to go crazy. They wanted you to become, it's a word for it. This person is a parasite. That entity is a parasite, but the person may be too, especially if they're hollow after losing this entity. It means it was not just in their subconscious. It was a big part of who they were and a big part of how they were operating. Paranoia, fear, trying to get you trapped in fear. You conquered this. It tried to rise, it was like it's always like in the movie where something gets drowned out, because that's the King of Cups in reverse. They were being drowned in their feelings. They were drowning in their feelings. Their last ditch attempt was to try to rise up and pull you down with them. But they did not make it. They could not. So there was like this other little rise in a moment. It could have taken you off guard. It says surprise. So it was not a good surprise, but you caught it when it happened and you conquered it. That's a death blow. This is, okay, I just put out an RKO reading. This is one of those. Like it comes out of nowhere. You just death blow. Out of there. Absolutely not. Like dead on the spot. If my son wasn't sleeping, everything wasn't gonna fall and my coffee wouldn't splash, I would bam on this table, because that's That's the strength of the energy that I'm feeling. You hit him with the fire. King of Wands, what's this? You burned everything down to the ground. You hit him with that fire. King of Wands, you ripped that devil. I don't know what that entity was, but it's a devil that you don't like. It's a devil you don't like. You just don't like it. You don't like what it does. This person probably don't like it either. They didn't even know they were operating under it a lot of times. I mean, why would anybody deliberately and intentionally do that to their lives? When you finally have this ego death and you realize how this entity has ruled you and operated and kind of ruined your life, that's when you wake the fuck up and be like, what the fuck? Like, no, I didn't, like, how, you really have to sit with it. So I feel like you did this person a service, you know what I'm saying? You did them a service, but most importantly, you protected what was meaningful to you and what was working against you. So you got it out of your life, and I feel like you got it out of someone else's too. Oh, you're going to get some money. Maybe this was sabotaging your finances, but it just says monetary gain. It could even be that this was a contract that is fulfilled. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this is work. You did this job. You didn't know you were going to get paid for it. You didn't take the job because you were looking for a payday. As a matter of fact, you did it because it was something that you needed to uproot within you. You needed to understand what was going on with you, what was affecting you. You wanted to conquer and defeat it, and you did it for yourself. You also did it for this person too. You obliterated a soul contract. A soul contract that pretty much had a bounty on you and was trying to control the rest of your life. You got rid of it. And you did it for others too. But you're going to get paid. Probably because you didn't do it for the money. You didn't do it for the money. You were trying to survive. King of Wands, you're trying to survive. You were trying to survive, and you were trying to gain control over your life so that your life would be successful. And is. Now, you've defeated this entity for others also, but they're going to have to come to the reality that this is beneficial to them before they can, make something good of it. You've already seen the good in it. You probably feel like you've already experienced your payday. The payday is a happy life. The payday is a happy child or happy children. The payday is feeling solid and secure. The payday is what you've built, what you've created, what you've established, who you are internally. The payday is your heart full and complete and protected. The payday is your safety, okay? But this also says monetary gain. So that's an added benefit. Excuse me. As the personality, the upright King of Wands signifies a mature man of position or authority, energetic, enterprising, and possessing great integrity. That is a key quality. Integrity. Integrity. He is an effective leader, a skilled arbitrator, and it is in this latter capacity that he may be involved in the Corn's life, acting to resolve a dispute. Like I said, moving on behalf of others that are connected to you. The card also indicates the possibility of an unexpected financial windfall. I have never read this from a King of Wands. There is a reason why Spirit be like, pick that book up. Financial windfall, perhaps from an inheritance. This could be a spiritual inheritance. This could be financial. Well, even if it's a spiritual inheritance, it just means that it's money that is there, but there is an energetic warfare that you would have to go through to get it. So your family could be likely, like your family is kind of rooted in money, actually. Goes way back. Okay, your ancestry. But at some point it got blocked and stopped, and then that would be that entity that it kind of controlled each role, each emperor, each king they would experience this downfall and they would not get up. So that inheritance, that money, it just sat there. It just sat there. So now you have conquered this entity. You have uprooted this self-sabotaging behavior pattern, or this soul contract. And so the money can flow through now to you in whichever way that it does. With the magician, it's pretty much manifestation, whichever way your mind and your heart and your physical life can accept. Like, you can be in harmony on it, like you can believe it, okay, because you have to believe it to receive it. But it's created already, it's there already, and you've defeated whatever was standing in your way of it. Okay. Yeah, this is a big payday. You worked that long night to get a payday, but you didn't even know you were working for like a real payday. Like, I feel like this is a lot more money than you are expecting. It says unexpected. So maybe you expected things will go right. Obviously, I'm feeling better. I'm doing better. I'm moving better. Why wouldn't my money get better? You're just thinking that naturally. No, this is in an unexpected way. And it says an unexpected windfall, financial windfall. If somebody was competing with you, or someone was operating with another like another entity or another energy, like I said, someone was hoping, yeah, let them, because, hold on. Because, see, somebody's hands was real dirty. Somebody's hands is real dirty. This person knows this energy. Somebody knows this King of Cups in reverse. They knew this entity well. I don't know if they've been to jail or they know people in jail. They've connected. They know. They see. When they operate in this energy, they know who they attract to them. They can see the interactions that they start to have. They know the people that they get closer to. And they know the negative effect that it had on their life before. They know the negative effect that it has on their mind, on their heart, on their spirit, how it tears down, how it destroys, how it disrupts. And they also knew the effect that it would have on you. And they chose to use it or deal with it on purpose. There's a whole different kind of place and a different kind of name for somebody like that. Whoever you knew this person to be under the operation of that entity, you will never see that head rise again. That is a permanent slaying or cutting off. You know how they always say it's a snake, and we all have snakes, our shadows, our snake energies. You cut the head off and another one grows in its place. And sometimes they start to look the same. You will never see that head rise that you saw. There was a permanent cutting off. That's what this person wanted to confuse you about something. There was a permanent ending, a permanent KO, to permanent obliteration to a certain rising of this person. And when I tell you, oh, I got goosebumps, it will never rise again. That's what you need to know. You conquered, defeated, destroyed. You are the destroyer. Fire like Hayah. Okay, don't make me, I don't even speak in tongues, but I'll try to for this energy. Lord Jesus. Yeah, you had to get into your snake energy. It takes a devil to know a devil. It takes a devil to see a devil. It takes a devil to conquer a devil here on earth. God can take that person out of this world, off of this earth. But some people, it's just that entity they were carrying. So it's not the person that needs to go, it's the entity that needs to go. And that RKO came from you. Came from another devil. You had to get down with the get down. You had to face, like I said, that's probably how you end up seeing that entity attached to you or trying to attach to you. It tried to root itself in your life or root itself in your mind. It tried to trap you in fear. It's something that happened before. It almost conquered you. It could have created trauma within you. So this is like, what do you call that when it's you're like, it feels as if you're reliving something, or something is, you didn't, like you're losing control of your life or something like that. You've had that happen before where you felt out of sorts, you felt out of control. It felt like things were happening to you, or things were trying to affect your life in negative ways. You did not ask for it, you did not call for it, you did not send for it. Yeah, you sent it back. You sent that energy back. Oh. You conquered it. You obliterated it. Okay. I'm getting all this imagery. That's why it's hard for me to speak. It's just visions. I don't know, 300 Sparta. I'm just, like one after another. Maybe it's different people. This entity was trying to get to you through different people. Maybe even people you don't even know. Like agents. It almost felt like agents. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you doing? Why would you say that? Like just random shit. It's like, was it trying to? Yes, it was. Was it trying you? It was. Was it trying to trigger you? It was. Was it trying to confuse you? It was. Was it trying to scare you? It was. Just all of their heads. Ooh. I mean, it's a Grim Reaper, but it's nasty. It's a Grim Reaper, but God, I don't know if you understand the kind of grit, the kind of that I'm hearing and seeing, like spit and blood, like just you killed it. Okay, it's dead. That's what I want to say. It's dead. It's dead, baby. It's dead. That's what I hear. Like, I don't know if you have an ancestor, a spiritual counterpart, a family member, or just God. It's just like, it's okay. It's dead. You did that. You did that. Literally, you did that. Okay. All right. Oh, I did ask, what do you need? Yeah. Subconsciously, things you need to remember, because illusions will come up and people will use that against you on purpose, because if they do not see what you see, they don't understand. Some people can't put the strings, they can't put the puzzle pieces together. They don't know what went wrong. They don't know why that person would do that. They don't know why they've attracted people like that, or why people like that like them or want to be around them. They don't know why certain things like that happen to them. They're literally looking around like, I don't know what you're talking about. What? You're crazy. And you like, okay. So it's like that type of situation, and they would use you're crazy against you, especially if, I mean, come on, we talking about fighting things that are unseen. Is there room for doubt there? Hell fuck yeah. Why do you think that people who operate under devils and worship devils are constantly trying to call people who believe in God crazy? But anytime something go wrong, they want to blame it on the devil, but then you don't believe in God? Okay. All right. Whatever. The air you breathe in, that life force that lives within you, you can see it. Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it doesn't exist. I don't know what we're breathing. I don't know why we keep doing that. I mean, what are we breathing in? There's nothing there. Just stop doing that. You'll be fine. It doesn't exist. You don't need that. Literally, that's what it's like telling somebody that God doesn't exist when they have literally been living off of God their entire fucking life. If God has been your only stronghold, like literally your fucking life source, your light source, your love source, your protection source, your providing source, and somebody wants to come towards you and make you feel like you're crazy for believing in that, tell them to quit doing that shit they do when they breathe in and out. because you don't believe. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? There's nothing there. What are you talking about? Air? What are you talking about? Oh, because you can feel it. Oh, you feel it, huh? But you can't feel God? No, it's not nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. You don't feel God. I wonder why. You don't feel God, but you feel the air you breathe. I feel the air I breathe, but I feel God too. And guess where the air came from? That's God blowing it to you. It's your life force. And that's why when God says it's time, you can't breathe that life force in anymore. Your physical body can't receive it anymore. You become the energy that you were before. The blessing of being able to be in the physical human experience is that, yes, that energy, that life force is everywhere always. But if it's still your time to be here, you can breathe it in. All right, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Because they'll piss me off. Whoever this person, they're just as stupid and just as fucking blind. Yeah, I hope that this rise is better than the last one. But whatever that was that rose before, it'll never rise again. You can close the door on that cycle. All right, we got Professor Plum in reverse. Someone who is like looking into you or trying to investigate you. Could be a Virgo or a Gemini. They're no longer doing that. Oh, it's the Seven of Swords. Ouch. It's the Seven of Swords in reverse. Yikes. All right, so someone was investigating you or trying to do an investigation into you, but I'm going to say that it backfired because what they found was not more information about you. Maybe they were trying to information control. They wanted you to expose something, or they wanted something to be exposed or found out about you. They were gunning for you, actually. And it ended up like ripping their clothes right off of them. Like they became naked and exposed, but they were trying to, I'm getting expose you, okay? So that means bunny ears. It's just a rabbit hole this person was going down. But there's nothing to expose that you hadn't already exposed or that wasn't already known by the people who needed to know. They were not in the know. And you know why? Because Seven of Swords in reverse. Duh. You can't trust them. They're untrustworthy, vicious, malicious, with ill intent. Moving towards you with ill intent. A Decepticon. Someone who got close to you only to dethrone you. Malice. Deception and malice. Malicious, the ill-dignified oh no, that's the Five of Swords. Okay, they're worse. They're Seven of Swords, and they're vigilant. Okay, but that's the same thing. Yeah, this person was competitive. They were competitive, unethical behavior, malicious and divisive. Now, the Five of Swords would say that you may have done something to actually create this or to perpetuate this, but not so much. You don't have the Five of Swords. It's Seven of Swords. This person took this into their own hands. Vigilance, sustained effort, and character flaws. The reverse seven serves as a warning to the Quran not to relax your vigilance or your efforts if only partial successes are gained over this opponent. So this person is not like, bothering you anymore, but that does not mean that you need to relax your vigilance or your efforts if you have not gotten full success yet. You have to continuously oppose this person. You know how all devils don't have to be opposed, honestly. I could give you, there's another reading about that. But all of them don't have to be opposed, okay? Just check with God. Ask God about them, okay? Because the devil he was an angel. He's God's son. You understand? He just was rebellious and God kicked his ass out of his house. Same as any other father, okay? It doesn't make their father bad because they said, no, you can't stay here anymore. But this one in particular, you had to close your door to, and you need to continue. You need to persevere in whatever you were having to oppose this individual. You have to continue that. But they have stopped their deceptive behavior, or at least they're not looking for this information or trying to manipulate you, possibly. But if you still have not gained the success that this person was opposing, then you just need to continue whatever you're doing. Like, don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. Don't let your boundaries down. It's still not safe with this individual in particular, okay? So when you got somebody where your life is safe, your life is secure, your life is stable with anybody else that you connect to, but it's just this one person, then I would just kick that one person the fuck out of your life. That's what I would do. Or you can close yourself off completely, but this is not an entity. That's different. When an entity, you do need to go into solitude until you gain control over your energy, okay? And then you'll be able to defeat it and anybody that runs up, okay? Run up on me, you get hit. But when it's a specific person who this is just how they want to move and be, that's a human being. I can just create a boundary to your fucking access to me if that's how you want to be and what you want to do. Okay, but I'm getting like you're going to need to, at least temporarily, until some kind of success. So it says because they're trying to oppose something specifically, and they're like very dedicated to it, sustained effort. It says they have a character flaw. So this person plays a character. They play a role. I would consider this person to be hollow or soulless. So they could operate under entities, but with you, it must be like a personal vendetta. So they're not necessarily operating under an entity, but that's why it's not safe. That's where the trust issue comes in, because if they're hollow like that and they're operating from a place, they'll use anything that would help them if they thought that it would help them. It's like a desperation to tear something down or to stop something, to oppose you. Okay, so there's nothing that they won't do. You have to keep your eye and your foot on the neck of somebody like that. Similarly, any weaknesses in your personality, such as timidity or indecisiveness, could allow this opponent to recover ground to your detriment. You heard it. So that could be something that you need to be aware of too. All right, there's one thing to conquer an entity, but there is another thing to deal with an individual who is persistently and consistently wanting to be your op. Okay? Want to be my op? God bless. Why? Because you're going to detach from that, and your God's going to deal with them. They're not going to like that. Because you know that hollowness that they've got, that means go ahead and run up. Come on and connect. Because my God's going to fill that void in there, and he's going to undo you from the inside. Okay? Okay. All right, yeah. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. What else do we have? Tell me, what is this that you need to know? Is there anything else? I think that's it on them. They got them glasses on. The better to see you with, no, the better to see yourself. You don't see yourself for nothing. Okay, they're seeking redemption. They're seeking redemption now, persevering, rising above their own problems. They are seeking forgiveness, giving themselves forgiveness, improvement, healing, and recovery. Good for them. All right, what else? Other messages. Six of Swords in reverse. Someone has not learned a lesson. Someone is returning to chaos, or they're going back into the thick of it. It's an Emperor in reverse. Somebody is rigid, controlling, a tyrant, lack of discipline, and then they get mad at others who do not adhere to what they want them to do. This is someone who wants control, but they don't know how to get it. They want respect, but they don't know how to get it. They try to bully people into seeing them, bully people into cooperating with them, bully people into allowing them to have authority, and this person is stubborn. And it says aloof, so they think like somebody doesn't see them, or they're good at like hiding themselves from you. They could be attacking you. Could be a divine feminine here. This person could be attacking you. A divine feminine, abundant, nurturing, and creative. One of God's loyal ones. You picked the wrong one. They picked the wrong one. They picked the wrong one. The Emperor in reverse is honestly could be a masculine, but they wanted your seat. This could be someone that does not want to do the work or doesn't want to learn the lessons. It is harder, in my opinion. It's harder to rise into the masculine energy than it is the Empress energy. The divine feminine role is easier to get into than the divine masculine role. That is my opinion. But I feel like this person also shares that opinion because they're supposed to be in masculine energy. That would be their role in whatever this life is that they're living or that they want to live. The role that they would play would be the masculine role. They do not want to do the work to get there. So their intention was to knock you out of your seat and take your place in this divine feminine energy and find them a masculine to play their masculine role. I'm trying to tell you the truth. This could be a man and you are a woman, and both of you are on spiritual journeys. Your path is to divine feminine. Their path is to divine masculine. This person was like, yeah, nah, but you know, divine masculine, they supposed to move like this because they're looking at one. There's one that's sitting right up here. So they're seeing, they know very well what the role of a divine masculine is and how they move, how they operate, what they do. This person's like, hell nah. I ain't about to do all that. What I really want is, because you could be the empress to this emperor, or they have seen what the empress role looks like to the emperor, and they're like, nah, I don't want to be a man. I'm trying to, I want to be taken care of by one. So they thought that they was going to take your role energetically or take your energy and use it with the masculine. I don't know if it's this one in particular, but they were going to use it with the divine masculine to be, you know how the divine masculine, what does the divine masculine do to the divine feminine? They protect them. They provide for them. So this person wanted to be protected, provided. They wanted to be saved by a masculine instead of being the savior themselves. And honestly, even if you are a divine feminine, you cannot have complete and total. You can be a divine feminine all you want to. But if you want all of the life, like you don't just want to feel it in the inside, you're going to have to be your masculine too. You have to learn to do both. You have to, for alignment. So even if you are a female, this is not a good idea for you. But I really just don't understand it in men. I don't understand it. Boy, I ought to slap you. Okay. Moving along. What is this here? What is this energy here? The Emperor in reverse to the Empress in the upright. There is no connection here. There's no connection here. This could be someone's husband or ex-husband, and they're in opposition to you or opposing you. This could be someone's ex-wife or wife, and they're in opposition to you and opposing you. Eight of Swords. They're in solid spiritual confinement, maybe even solitary confinement. Oh, okay. They're not ruling and bullying anybody except themselves. This person can throw out as many blows as they want at you, and you're like rubber, they're like glue. Whatever they do bounces off of you and sticks to them. Yeah, conflict battles. This is really what this person's trying to do. You see that big no? It's a no. It's a no, it's a never. This is really sad when you be in the same home. Y'all supposed to be working together. Your intentions could be really pure with the Empress. This is what you do. Abundant, nurturing, creativity. Your focus is on family, children, happy, luxurious, homey. Luxury is comfort. comfortable environments, comfortable situations, and you're caring about the mental and emotional, not just the physical needs of people, but the mental and emotional needs too. This is the environment that you are trying to create, and this is literally someone who is sitting right there with you and opposing you, trying to do the exact opposite. Conflict, battles, fights, violence, aggression, intimidation, competition, hostility, which all of this ended in their defeat. This person had a lot to say too. They had a lot to say too. And it was mostly what they were saying is in their heart. This person's heart. Their emotions. They use their emotions to bully you. They use their emotions to intimidate you. They're defeated by the energy that they sent to you. In fact, this could be somebody that was continuously opposing you, and it went on for so long, and you may have thought, why am I being like, you may have thought you were being, it wanted you to buy the idea that you were being punished. But because of your protection and because of the life that you were living, you could not fully buy into that. It would seem so, though, like, okay, well, if I'm in divine energy, meaning I'm living a life of integrity and authority, of sovereignty, then why the hell is somebody, like, why am I having to deal with this? I should not be dealing with this. And your arrogance and pride could have really equated to your downfall, but your humbleness, it's your humble spirit that kept you safe, because you were willing to look at what was working for you. And in that was the value and also the answer. That this was going on because whoever this person is, all of what they were sending to you, it's almost like God was like, let's see how much you're going to do. Because they already knew you were protected, you were safe. Nothing was going to tear down what you had established. The Empress here, you have conquered in the same way that the Emperor has. You have that same measure of stability, that same measure of protection and provision. So it is secure. 444, you were safe. That door was closed. Someone wanted to see, how much are you going to rack up for yourself? How many times are you going to try, knowing that it creates a blow to you? Because I literally said, you are like rubber and they're like glue. So they just keep sending stuff out to you, keep doing stuff, keep intending stuff, keep saying these things to you, but it's going back to them. It's happening to them. It's going on in their life. How long are you going to continue that? How long are you going to perpetuate that? So they were just waiting. They allowed this person to defeat themselves because, maybe a couple hits, no big deal, but they just gonna keep going. So if this person experienced a complete and total ego death, it's because they did that to themselves. That's what they were trying to do to you. They gave everything they could. They gave up everything they had to try to defeat you, to try to end whatever this is here, to no avail. Okay, so they're stuck in limbo right now. They're stuck in limbo right now. This person, they don't even have time to attack you anymore. They got too much stuff on the floor, too much stuff going on in their own life, too much possibility. It's like if they let something go, everything could fall apart or everything could go wrong. They don't have time. They don't have time. If they want to save, there's something they're trying to save in their life, and if they want to, they're going to need both their hands. They don't have no hand to be throwing rocks at you anymore. They don't have time for it. The war is over because they're in spiritual confinement, spiritual imprisonment, and because they have way too much to take care of. They also have something to hide here. They've already lost. They've already taken a major hit or a major loss that they're trying to hide, because that would give you a lot of clarity as well as to this warfare and how it is not affecting you, but how it did affect them. Yeah, lots of anxiety and stress here, especially because you could be becoming aware of some things here. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. Love and a whole new connection and all this light, the sun, the lovers, the queen of cups, and the fool. With the two of wands and the fucking chariot. See, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Seven of swords in reverse. It won't work. Turn around. Go back. I'm telling, oh man, not only did it get worse for them, but it got better for you. It got better for you. This person's eyes are, ooh. It's like one of those situations where they get strapped to a fucking chair, spirit, and strap their ass to a chair and pin their eyes open. So they have to see. They have to watch all of these things pour into your reality. All of these things build up for you. They have to watch you be built up right in their face. Oh, oh, oh man. The taste in their mouth. How does it taste? Ooh. How do it taste? Was it worth it? Oh man. Anxiety, fear, despair, hopelessness, isolation, nightmares, breaking point, anguish, overwhelm. So you have been guided not to give a fuck because that taste, that stench was horrifying, but I don't have a lick of empathy. So that I don't feel anything for them. So you are literally, either you're just so happy and content that you couldn't care less, or you have literally, like, that is part of your journey, part of your path. That was always the plan, because you are somebody full of empathy. The Empress and the Queen of Cups with the Sun, oh Lord. Not only that, but you can become so lighthearted, so playful, that even the worst of the worst, your arch nemesis and enemy, you would just allow them right back into your gates. You are aware of your protection, but you will also make decisions that you would have to always stay in alignment. You would always have to stay on the line of perfection. Like, you could never make a wrong move. You could never have a bad day. It would not be safe for you to be salty. It would not be safe for you to stay angry or anything around this person. You would allow people towards you who would literally just be sitting there waiting for you to have a downfall so that they could have a moment to attack you. And you weren't even aware of that. You were like a child, just so innocent, so believing and optimistic, just too on the light side. You had not balanced that out with the reality of life and the type of people that you were dealing with. This is the type of light and love that you attract the worst of them. The worst of them. Because it's one thing to be an Empress and a Queen of Cups and you got all this love, but you are also a little intimidating, because with the Empress you are very balanced in your feminine and masculine energies, and that divinity that you carry can be intimidating to certain low level frequencies. But with the Sun energy combined with that, there is a kind of purity and light and almost like naivety or naive innocence that would attract those who are looking for, like, they like to prey on people, and you look like the perfect target, but it is really like detrimental to their soul. Fear not those who kill the body but cannot touch the soul. This person can destroy your soul and you can destroy their soul. So it's like, yeah, they get in and they might get a little nick on you, but what it does to them, it is not worth it. It is not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay. But anyway, I feel like this situation taught you to balance that out and close the gates. And maybe you didn't know that you needed to do that, because you may have been someone who, with this heart and all this love and all of that, and then the Chariot, you have connections that are kind of like lined up for you. So if one fails and there is no rebirth, immediately Spirit is sending in your replacement. You've got them lined up, your replacements. So Spirit will just send in another in their place, okay? But you had to upgrade. You had to upgrade. You had to upgrade. You had to upgrade. So maybe whatever you went through with this person gave you time to work on yourself and work on what you were allowing, what you were asking for from the universe, so that your replacements went up a level too. Okay, and so they closed the door on some kind of warfare that was happening here, or like some kind of deceptive behavior that kept getting entrance to you. It wasn't even supposed to be a part of your reality. But the love of God can make you so sweet. And that's why we have to protect our children so much. You had like the heart of a child. You need to almost be protected like a child. And God always takes care of his children. So you don't have, but there are things in your life that you would not have to deal with, and you won't have to deal with again. Let's not even harp on the past. You won't have to deal with it again. Okay. You still get to be the happy go lucky person. You still get to have this kind of belief and trust in life, that life is working out for you and that it will work out for you. But you also have this resilience where even if it's just you don't feel naked and openly exposed and like, you don't have any protection, but you do feel that strength, that character, that stability. You have a shadow now. You have a protector now in 3D. Okay, for some of you, it is a person, and eventually it always will be, but you have that within you. Okay, so even if you were in a connection and something, God forbid, your connection, you went into separation or detachment, you will be okay. You can handle it. You can hold down the fort. Okay, you got this. And that was part of your life calling, okay? Because you are safe within connections because those people are sent to you by the divine. It's part of your path. But should they go against their contract, should they, lose that, they pay with their soul. Shit around your neck, it costs the arm and leg, divine feminine. It costs the arm and the leg. These men are making sacrifices when they come to you. 4:11 on the clock, real info here. Okay, ladies, let's get information. Yeah, these men that's coming towards you in the right energy, when you're in that frequency, honey, that they make sacrifices, real sacrifices to be in your life. It is costly, and they're paying with their soul, because it's a heavy weight. Okay, they fuck that contract up. They gotta pay. They gotta pay. They have to pay. And then another one will be sent your way sometimes before you're even ready for it. Like they'll already be there, because spirit becomes aware before you are. You'll be like, what are they doing in my energy? Or what are they doing here? Oh, you didn't know? That one, I'm sorry. That motto has been cut off. We're what do they call it when we've discontinued that motto? I'm so sorry. You'd be like, yeah, right. Go through a whole cycle in your life of trying to bring it back and trying to make it the way that it used to be. You will not. You will not. They don't even exist anymore. That energy that they used to carry has already been ripped out of that person and given to your next one. You carry a divine light, and your divine light is initiated to whoever you choose, male or female. This is how your connections work for you. 4:11 on the clock again. Okay, man, let's get information, period. Shit around your neck, it costs the arm and leg. Okay, these feminine energies, they make a sacrifice. It is sacrifice. It's a sacrifice, okay? So yeah, the Chariot is here. 2 of Wands. There is a new plan. There is a new plan. There is a new goal. You may have a new direction, or you're just on a new level. So the ones that are coming toward you now, they are the right models for the energy that you carry. You may have choices for some of you. For some of you, like I said, this person was already in your energy. And I guess next is to see, what are they going to do? Are they accepting this role? Have they paid this price? Are they ready for that sacrifice? Are they ready to move forward? You know, people start saying sacrifice and people get to running. They be scared. So just because somebody was sent to you doesn't mean they're going to make it through the initiation processes, okay? But I feel like you will see, because we do have the Lovers. So for a lot of you, you're still single. You're still single, but that is a cash money information, I feel, that you needed to know. And also, like, why somebody who Spirit had already told you, and then you probably took another year, 2, 3 years to believe Spirit that, oh no, that model's not coming back. I don't care what you do, you can't bring it back. That energy does not belong to you. It belongs to the God that lives within you. So God can strip that divine feminine energy out of anybody it wants to. It can strip that divine masculine energy out of anybody it wants to. You can be your own feeble-minded human self and keep giving them chance after chance after chance and benefit after benefit of every doubt that you can think of as much as you want to, but when God says they're not good for you and God is done, then it's done. So you want to keep playing with that empty shell of a person, you go ahead and have fun. But God said it was done. So when you're done playing around with this lifeless body you got, then you'll stop. But you probably went through time, well, why do I still have to deal with this part? Because you still not listening. You still weren't listening. So that's another thing too. Closing this door is probably what allowed these new bodies, these new models who are ready for that energy. Okay, they like, yeah, hit me with that divine masculine energy, drop that divine feminine down on me, I'm ready. Okay, because period. So you have, they're lining up now, they're ready. And for some of you, it's gonna get kind of weird, where it's like doppelgangers. Like physically they may look like the person that I said, for some of you, especially with the Chariot, you have a divine counterpart, like a specific one, right? And they're already in your energy, but they may not have taken on, they may have not paid the price, or some of them pay the price and still ain't came to pick it up. But you know, I just did a reading on that too. Like Kohl's, you got so many days to come and pick up your purchase before it gets put back on the shelf for somebody else. You cannot hold up the line forever. So some of you're not sure what's going on with that person, and then it's like spirit is sending you doppelgangers. They kind of look like them, they shape like them, you know, physically on the outside, but wait for the energy to hit. Let's see how they receive that. Let's see if they can walk in it. Okay, heavy is the throne. Well, yeah. You gotta be able to feel that throne, but heavy is a crown. Okay, so you gotta see, can they carry it? Can they hold it down? Are they really ready and prepared for it? Or you're just gonna end up, with another lifeless body, another minion. They may do what you want them to do, but you didn't ask for somebody to do what you want them to do. You asked for an equal. You asked for your counterpart. You ask for somebody you can see eye to eye, truly be a partner with in life. That's what you're ready for now. So yeah, wait and see how they handle that crown. Because you're coming down. This is the Six of Wands. You're coming down. This is like you coming down to earth. You've been crowned. You get crowned up in that high vibrational energy. You had to go all the way up there. So honestly, that's what this warfare did. That the person that was attacking you, I was trying to figure out, like, yeah, I know why it would hurt them, but how is it helping you? But it's the fire, more fire, higher. You go higher, more fire. The more fire you get on the ground, the higher you go. Okay? Thank you for that ride to your Heavenly Father so that you could get crowned with your energy that you may have lost because you were trying to save somebody else. And now that you have it, you can come back down to the ground again. And now it's time for your person to ascend, or for these other people to ascend. And let's see what they got, what they come in with. But you're on the ground now and you've been crowned. Six of Wands is going to be successful for you. Success, victory, achievement, pride, recognition, improvement, rewards, praise, and acclaim, and a yes. Could be the end to a cycle of some kind of indecision here. Or there could have been a judgment. I don't know, someone was judging you harshly and it was giving you stress, but you're being relieved from that. You're being relieved from that because you know exactly what you were doing and why, or what you were following and why. It's always worked in your life. It always does. It's your calling. It's the way things work for you. They don't have to understand it because it's not the way their life moves, but it did move like that when they were with you and when they were operating under the energy that they're the ones that gave it up. Whoever this person is, if they had that seat, you're always going to want it. Once you get it, you're always going to want it. So yeah, they're definitely going to want it again. And they'll try anything they can to get you to think that, you know, you're doing wrong by choosing somebody else other than me. Remember this and remember that. Yeah, you remember it clearly, just like you remember everybody else who operated and moved under the authority of your God. It always benefited you. But they're no longer cooperative. That is an old model. And you're only receiving new models now. Your boundaries are stronger. You have a lot more clarity with the King of Swords. Something about your feminine energy being balanced out with masculine energy as well. You Your standards went higher too. Your standards are higher. You have much more mental clarity when it comes to individuals and seeing through them when they first come toward you. Okay, because some models may look like the right one, but it doesn't mean that they are. You're able to use your third eye and your intuition to gauge certain things almost instantaneously. Morally upright, just, honest, and true. And that's what you're attracting to. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave the reading here, leave the energy here, and I'll see you guys in the next live. Bye. Hold on one second. There is only one comment in the chat, and it says, can you do me a favor? Okay. I can't. Nope.